I'm going to pay attention to things like that because that matters when I'm showing. It should matter when you're trail riding, but a lot of people don't really understand it, and that's the purpose of this video, is to help you understand that that is resistance that has to be trained out, just like steering left and right resistance. So I get questions occasionally, people asking, why do trainers train their horse to put their head down, and how unnatural that is. And you've heard me say in quite a few videos that I don't care where the head is, it's the body that I'm concerned about. You hear a lot about soft in the face, soft off the rein, soft to one side, soft in the body, moving laterally, that kind of softness and softening the horse there. But certain horses are pole resistant. Whoa. The pole is right here. And some horses have resistance there. When you put certain pressures or do certain things, they're resistant and they push this up. So the object isn't necessarily to put it down. The object is to fix the body that's causing the head to come up. And you've heard me say in other videos that when the shoulders go down and the horse gets heavy on his front end, the head comes up. And you've heard me say, I don't care what the head does. That is true. I really don't care, except that if there's resistance there, I've got to train that resistance. See if I can show you what I'm talking about. I'll see. Right now, his head's in a nice natural position. While I'm walking around, just kind of take note of where this horse generally likes to carry his head. I'm not doing anything other than walking. Now that's a little bit low. But he generally wants his head kind of straight out in a relaxed, natural position. But there's certain things that I'll do, and I'll do right here. Let's see if he does it. Sometimes when I stop, he'll go up. Whoa. See his head come up when I stopped? That's one of those situations. This is not natural for him. Natural is basically straight out. So what I want to do, see it's kind of creeping up as we go. I want him more relaxed in this stop. When I said, whoa, I didn't even pull on the reins, but I had resistance right here in the pole. Didn't touch the reins at all. I'll show you how that worked again. His head did not come up because of pulling on the reins. His head came up because when I stopped, he put all his weight right here. So I'm gonna stop him again. I'm not gonna pull on the reins. Whoa. So as we settled, he's rocking his weight on this front end. He's hollowing his back out and the neck is coming up. So what I'm teaching here, what I'm going to be showing you that I'm teaching, is not putting his head down. It's going to be getting the shoulders up. So what my objective of what I want you to understand with this lesson is, yes, there are some trainers that teach their horses to put their head on the ground. I don't like this, don't like that. There's no purpose for that, and you do get penalized for that. But we have to work resistance. If your horse's head is coming up, you have to make that resistance go away, just like lateral resistance or resistance to your legs. So let's walk back forward again. Now see, as soon as I touched his back and walked back forward, rounded his back, engaged the back end, his head relaxed back down. This is what's normal for him. This is a horse that naturally engages in the back good when he's moving forward. But when he stops, he kind of leans on his front end. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to work his shoulders with my spurs. And I want to get his back up, get his weight off of his shoulders, and get it shift back on his back end a little bit more. So let's pick up a trot. And I'm going to show you how I'm working that pole resistance. I'm going to be using my legs, pay close attention to my legs. I'm going to be using my hands also, but I'm going to ask with leg first, and then I'll ask with hand if the leg doesn't get done what I want to do. So let's go up to a trot. I'm going to be soft in the horse's mouth. Now he kind of has his nose stuck out a little bit. I'm going to squeeze with both spurs. Pick up my hands. Let's see if I can get that nose in. You notice when I squeeze with my legs, he's sped up. Legs, I covered this in another video, legs does not mean speed up. Legs means move your body. When I squeeze with my legs, his back should come up, he should round his back, he should bring his nose in. Just like that. Now I'm using my hands to help that. I want to get to the point where I can do just leg. And this is where that resistance comes in. He's pole resistant, but he's also resistant right here. I get this resistant going. There we go. I got a little bit of help with my hand, but I was pushing with this leg right behind the girth. Let's go the other way. There we go. It looks like I'm teaching to put his head down. And the result that I'm getting is his head going down. But the head going down is not what I'm after. It's this resistance in the shoulders. Let's see his head come up right there. And that pole resistance coming up. He needs to relax his head and put it down where you saw that he was comfortable earlier. Now, if you have a horse that's doing this, the first thing you need to check is your saddle fit. Saddle fit can cause this. If your saddle doesn't fit your horse, he can show resistance that way, especially at the trot, if it's starting to hurt in his back. I know that this saddle doesn't hurt him. I know this saddle fits him because we have very good sweat marks all over under the saddle when I take the saddle off of this horse. So I know his problem is not saddle fit. I know it's resistance. There we go. Now you notice I'm not asking him to put his head all the way to the ground. I'm just asking to put it down where it was comfortable for him when we were walking. And I'm only going to ask, see his head went up, something got his attention, lower his head down. Pick up your back, soften your pole. I'm only going to ask him to lower his head to the point of what's comfortable for him and what's natural for him. I don't want it all the way on the ground. There was a fad back years ago where you saw that. Whoa. Well, the horse whinnied. He was keeping his head down nice after that little bit of work. It stayed down longer than it did in the beginning. I'm going to remind him here walking. Pick his back up, pick his back up, pick his back up. Watch what my feet are doing. And then we're going to ask him to stop again. Whoa. Good. It's gradually coming up. He's gradually getting weight on his front feet. This is something I'm going to have to continue working on with this horse. See, it's come up pretty high now. This is an ongoing issue with this horse, this pole resistance right here. See, I can pinch and I can make it go down with a pinch. There we go, good boy. He knows what I'm asking for. He just pushes up. That is his resistance point. This horse is a grandson of Pepto Boonsmile on the top, and he's a grandson of Playgun on the bottom. I've had the pushing with the feet issue pretty consistently with the Pepto Boonsmiles, and this head resistance is pretty consistent with the Playguns. When you ride enough horses from certain bloodlines, you kind of learn their tendencies, and this is just a tendency of his bloodline. He's not trying to be bad, it's just certain bloodlines have certain resistance points, and this is just his. Now he's starting to relax it back down. Pretty much anything gets his attention, he kind of sticks his feet in the ground and goes up. So that's something I'll continue working on with this horse. We'll kind of follow through. This is probably going to be an ongoing issue with this horse for the whole time that I'm having him. I'm not going to always have to consistently pick his shoulders up, soften the pole. If you got any questions about this exercise, put it in the comments box below. And if you have a horse that you're not sure if he's naturally high-headed, which high-headed is okay, where he wants his head to be When he's comfortable is okay. Pole resistance is not okay. Pole resistance and heavy in the shoulders. That's the two things that I'm working on here. If you have any questions, if you're not sure if your horse is naturally high-headed or if he's pole resistant, put some comments and put some questions in the comments and let's talk about it. Let's see what we can figure out. Until next time, thank you for watching.